What's up, YouTube? It's JackalGoldKick. So Eminem has put out a new version of his album, The Death of Slim Shady Coup de Grace, but this is The Death of Slim Shady Coup de Grace Expanded Edition, Mourner's Edition. I probably won't be checking this one out. For those that know my channel know that I'm not a fan of modern Eminem. I really don't like a lot of his new music. The era of music I liked from Eminem was the Slim Shady EP all the way to Hell the Sequel. And then there's some songs I like here and there after Hell the Sequel, but for the most part, from like March from There's LP2 to now, I haven't liked a lot of his music. I don't really care how good Eminem can rap or how many bars he can put in songs. When it comes to the songs themselves and making good music, it's something he just can't do anymore. A lot of his new music doesn't resonate with me and it has no replay value. What good is lyricism and good rapping if the songs themselves aren't good to listen to? And for those that also see my review of The Death of Slim Shady Coup de Grace, I didn't really care that much for that album. There was like 3 songs I thought were decent, but didn't really like the album that much. So I won't be checking out this expanded edition. The album, The Death of Slim Shady Coup de Grace, that album has no replay value. Even the 3 songs I found decent, I haven't went back to those songs, haven't went back to that album at all. And to be honest, there isn't much to check out with this expanded edition of The Death of Slim Shady Coup de Grace Mourner's edition because Eminem didn't put any effort in this expanded edition of the album. The only difference is with this release compared to the original is you get a Steve Berman skit, which it's not even as good as older Steve Berman skits. It feels like Steve Berman is reading from a script. There's not even an interaction with him and Eminem. And then you get a remix of the song Feel Shady Edition with Westside Boogie and Grip. That's all you get, and that's pretty lazy. That's not much of an expanded edition. And you also get the 2 bonus tracks as well put on there, and that's all you get, and that's just not really much of an expanded edition. It's like, so you get 2 bonus songs, a skit, and a remix of a song. It's not much of an expanded edition. I think it's done lazily. And it's like, to talk about some of these releases, the Steve Berman skit I thought was not as good as the old Steve Berman skits. And then this new version of Fuel, the Shady Edition, the remix. After revisiting the song, I don't mind the chorus somewhat. The beat on there is fine, but I don't like the rest of the song, and I don't like the production that's in the rap verses. When it comes to the new people on there, I didn't really care much for Westside Boogie on the song. I just thought he had a very unappealing rap voice in his verse. I thought Grip had a really good verse, though. I thought he did pretty well on there. And then Eminem on the song has AI with his rap voice, which I think is lazy if you think about it. Because he's a musician, he's supposed to perform the song and do it all himself, and yet he's using AI to perform his part on the song. I mean, yeah, it's a way to get old Eminem with the AI stuff, but I feel like even with the AI thing, Eminem's not even doing that right. Which leads me to another point, is that I like AI Eminem, that's not the AI Eminem uses, more than modern Eminem's music. Like, for example, this recent song that I've been going back to a lot is called Island Boys. Eminem AI song made by Coup, made in the relapse era style. That song is incredible. It's got great beat, great chorus, great rapping. What I get from that song is what I can't get anymore from Eminem's new music. That song is better than half of the things that Eminem's put out, and it's better than the entirety of Eminem's new album.
Second Valley, you my relapse. Optimus the manners, yeah, I preach facts. Trey, get the horns in my ears, just ease that. Crazy enough to deny your peace act. We need pre-stacks, 2 Doc Trays in the booth, I need that. Then we release that. Call us the Island Boys from the asylum. Know where you can go. Hide 'em from the cops, or hide 'em from a ghost. Creeping through the streets, I'm out it on patrol, but you really should try me, boy. We just the Island Boys.
And it's the same thing with some other Eminem AI songs, like Out the Way with Dr. Dre, the same one made by Coup.
Chicken, chicken. Guess who's back? Hide your family, is it shady? Can it be? Under the canopy, shadows cover the rabbit free. I'm outside every door, with a pipe bomb in my pocket. I walk inside the house because you forgot to lock it. I pull it out, throw it straight into your fucking living room. I run away laughing at your dire impending doom. It's my music's for all ages, that's what the kids assume. My baby mama said, I love you, Shady. Bitch, move! Driving 80 miles a minute. I might just be a psycho like I'm Michael Myers' brain. If I'm not fucking drunk, then I am diagnosed insane. Once you hear my voice, then shit will never be the same. So if you run into me, then you best get out my way.
That's another good AI song as well. You know, it's sad when I like AI Eminem, that's not even the AI Eminem's using on his albums, more than what Eminem is doing himself. And I think another problem with Eminem trying the AI thing on his new album and then the bit he did on this Feel Shady edition is that he's not complementing it with sounds and beats that would fit that era. See, the problem with using Eminem AI that Eminem's doing is that he's putting that AI on new beats. It just doesn't mesh as well. I feel like if he's going to use AI versions of his eras and voices from back in the day, he should use production from those time periods. It would make more sense, and I feel like it would fit better than just putting them on new beats. And it didn't even sound like that amazing of AI. Actually, the AI Coup did, his Eminem AI sounded better than Eminem's own AI on this album, which is kind of crazy when I think about it. But even for somebody that does like the Death of Slim Shady Coup de Grace, I don't see how this could be of value to him to purchase or listen to, because literally all you're getting is a skit, a remix of a song, and then the bonus tracks like My Shit, and the other bonus track with 2 Chainz. That's all you're getting, you know. And the bonus tracks, I think we're already on a certain edition of the album, and it's not much there. There's not much there to worth purchasing, and I feel like really invest in it, you know. And it's strange because Eminem did other expanded editions that I thought were better. Like when he did the expanded edition of the Eminem Show, I think he did that pretty well. He put songs on there that was never on a project, and he threw an unreleased song on there. I think he did well with that. He could have did something like that for the expanded edition of the Death of Slim Shady. Also, another missed opportunity. Where is all the other rappers like D12 besides Bizarre and the original, 50 Cent and Dr. Dre, and to an extent Obi Trice? Because the thing is, that's something I didn't get looking back at the Death of Some Shady Coup de Grace album and looking at this expanded edition. It's like, why is Eminem not having 50 Cent or Dr. Dre or the rest of D12 or Obi Trice on either the original or the expanded edition? Because if you think about Slim Shady, especially the early days and what he's trying to harken back to with this release, is that when I think of that time period, I think of Dr. Dre and 50 Cent, Obi Trice, and D12. You know, they're a part of that era. And you would think he would get them together and have them be on the album, but they're not even on there. And he didn't even get them for the expanded edition. It's just kind of bizarre to me. And another thing that's bizarre to me is that West Side Boogie and Grip are his label artists, and yet they only show up on the expanded edition when they should have been on the album more. They should have been on the original release. Eminem should be pushing these artists, having them on a lot more songs. He did that back in the day with 50 Cent, Obi Trice, so I don't know why he's not doing that with Grip and West Side Boogie. It just doesn't make sense to me. The only person he had from his Shady camp on his original release was Easy Mill. So that's something else I don't understand either. And the thing with Eminem is, he said this in an XXL interview in 2023. He said himself that he's focused on being the best rapper, not necessarily making the best songs. And I think that's the wrong mindset to have, because you can't just be a good rapper. You have to know how to make good music. You have to also do that as well. That's important. And it's crazy because Eminem back in the day, he had the exact opposite mindset of that, of what he said in the XXL interview. There's an interview from the 90s where he says, you know, people that do good at rapping should also try to make good songs. And that's the thing with Eminem. He even said that back in the day, that it's important to make good music and not just focus on being the best rapper. He said this back in the day, and now he's saying the opposite, you know?
Look, man, what a lot of these underground artists don't understand is I was underground for a long time. All you gotta do, you can rap about whatever the fuck you wanna rap about. If you can't write hooks, you're gonna lose. Hooks make a song. Hooks make a fucking song, and it's so easy to make a hook. And that's why, you know what I'm saying, a lot of these underground artists, you know, they rap this subliminal, scientifical, minitrifical, lyrical, and it's like nobody knows what they're talking about. Say shit that people can relate to and make good hooks.
Yeah, you can't come out crushing planets with your asshole and shit like that.
Nobody wants to hear that. I mean, the underground circuit might want to hear it, but if you want to be successful, you know what I'm saying? Do you want to rap? Do you want to rap just as a hobby and then work a 9 to 5, or do you want to rap and make enough money to be comfortable? You know what I'm saying?
Underground, no present records.
You want to be successful, or do you want to fail? That's all.
Tight.
And that's just not the right mindset to have. Like I said, what good is amazing lyricism and great rapping skill if you don't make good songs? I don't understand that. And I'm not trying to disrespect Eminem or take away what he's done for hip-hop, because he's done a lot for rap. He's influenced a lot of people. He's still one of the best rappers of all time. He'll always be a legend. He cemented himself in the game. And he'll always have tons of great music that I'll remember that I really enjoy. And I thought he had a pretty good long run. I actually like his old run and some of his new run, and some people only liked him up until Encore. I actually think he had a good music longer than that. I liked everything he did in the beginning, and then I even liked his comeback with Relapse, Recovery, and Hell the Sequel. I thought that was done well, but after that, That's when I started not to be a fan of him as much. Because my issue with new Eminem is that a lot of the beats he uses now I'm not a fan of. His rap style, the way he delivers it, is just very unappealing. And it just feels like you get nothing from his new music. That's what I experience. That's what happens to me when I check out Eminem's new music, or even try to go back to certain things from the Shady XV project. I'll listen to it and I feel nothing from it. There's nothing there. And that's a problem because that wasn't an issue with Eminem's other music. And I think what Eminem should do and get back to is toning down so much importance in rapping well and put some of that focus into making good songs, because that's important as well. Eminem did that back in the day. He made great songs and he was a great rapper. He didn't just do one or the other. Now he's just doing one and not the other. And it's a problem. And Eminem stands, if they do get mad at me, because I know some of them can get crazy with different opinions, I've said this before, I'll say it again. His early albums are always held in high regards and most people praise him, but a lot of his newer albums not so much. So that should show something went wrong with his music. And I'm not saying I agree with all of the flack that his newer albums get, because I personally love A Relapse. I think that's one of his best albums. I think that's his best modern album. It's up there with Slim Shady LP, Marshall Mathers LP, Eminem Show. Damn right, I said so. Recovery's pretty good as well. I like Hell the sequel, but I just feel like Eminem lost it in terms of music. Most of his new music I don't enjoy. The last Eminem song that I really liked that was brand new and modern was Caterpillar, Royce da 5'9". I think his name was DJ Green. That's the last Eminem song I liked, because Eminem on that song is appealing. When I listen to Eminem on Caterpillar, the entire verse, he's rapping on beat the whole way through. His rap style is very appealing. It's just consistent and it sounds right. It's like if he could rap like that on Caterpillar, why couldn't he rap like that on all of his other songs or his latest few albums? Because if he could bring his Caterpillar rap style to everything else he's doing, I would have liked this stuff a lot more. Because on Caterpillar, it sounds like he's into it. It sounds like you get something from it. You know, that's the last good song he's made in my opinion. And if it's maybe because it's with Royce da 5'9", then maybe he should do another Bad Meets Evil album. Now that's something I would be curious about, even though I'm not really into modern Eminem's music anymore and I've continued to be disappointed by it. I would be interested in a new Bad Meets Evil album, because I feel like there's some hope there that we'll get a few good songs, because Caterpillar was really good. I mean, some other modern songs I like, even though these are technically old stuff but re-released. Like, I like Jimmy, Brian, and Mike, but that's got some new stuff added to it. That's good. And I like Is This Love with 50 Cent, even though that's just a relapse left over and he put some new verses on there. That's about as far as it gets when it comes to like modern Eminem stuff. Like, oh yeah, and I like Houdini. Houdini's a good song, I suppose. I would say that's the best song on the new album. That's one that was, you know, catchy, and out of everything he's made in a long time, that is one of his better songs. And that's about it when it comes to like modern Eminem stuff I like. But yeah, I'm not a fan of modern Eminem's music. I made this clear many a times on my channel, you know, and I'm just a fan being honest. I'm not trying to diss Eminem. I'm not trying to say he sucks. I'm just a fan being honest about where I think he's headed direction-wise with his music, you know. And I think a lot of other people just want to fake it. A lot of people don't want to be honest, you know. Like if you look at certain YouTubers like Knox Hill and Stevie Knight and No Life Shack, for the most part, you never really see them like talk about like what's the Eminem song they don't like or what's something they dislike. I'm not saying people can't like this new Eminem stuff, but you just look at what they're doing and it feels like everything's positive. You know, there's never a thing, there's never a time they don't like an Eminem song. And No Life Shack, while he was entertaining, it does feel like he's a fake Eminem fan, because he literally says in his reaction to the Game song that he doesn't listen to Eminem in his car, which is strange because any artist I like and listen to, no matter where I am, I'm always going to listen to him. So it's like he must not really be an Eminem fan like he betrays if he doesn't play his music in the car. But yeah, that's what I think of this, of Eminem releasing the expanded edition of the Death of Slim Shady Coup de Grace album. Let me know in the comments what you think of this, and yeah, that's all I gotta say in this video. Peace out. And one more thing I'll say is, I guess the new cover art he did for it, that does look cool, so there's that. But that's it for this video. Peace out.